Guys, hey, what I want to speak to everybody about is patience. And patience is something that is a good and a bad thing. Now, what do I mean by that? There's an old saying, that patience is a virtue, and that's correct sometimes, but in other times you need to be impatient. You're rushing into stuff. You need to be moving quickly. In business, there's also the saying, you're either the quick or the dead, and that's 100% correct. So patience is important in business for the long-term view. A lot of people are impatient on things they should be patient on, and are patient on things they should be impatient on. For example, the short-term stuff you need to carry out, the day-to-day stuff, if it's fixing a truck, let's say a tarp goes out on a truck, if it's meeting with your accountant to get your taxes done, if it's getting a hiring ad out because you need to hire more people, if it's you need to move into a new office spot, you need to buy another truck, you've got a job that needs to get done that very same day, a job pickup that same day, you need to run to the grocery store. I don't know. I mean, I'm pulling out the short-term stuff you need to meet with somebody. You need to make a phone call. You've got a sale. You got somebody that's interested in one of your services. Told you to call them. It's easy to be patient and talk yourself out of doing that, saying, "Hey, I'll do it the next day." It's easy to put off yard work. It's easy to sit around for an hour or so, put off yard work, and be patient and put it off the next day. Sometimes it's easy. People can be can go either way on this, but let's say you're getting a project done. You've hired somebody to, let's say, build you a website. And some of these website people, they'll be like, well, give me 2 months to build. And to build a junk removal website, 2 months is way too long. You need to be impatient on those right there. You say, no, I need a site in 6 weeks. I need a site in a month. And then people need you need to get updates to make sure that all that stuff's kind of going off as planned. And hold people to their deadlines. You need to be a little bit impatient there. If you're paying a good price, you need to be impatient. Patience comes into long term. Too many people, they want to get to making $70,000, $50,000 a year, $70,000 a year, $100,000 a year, $300,000 a year, whatever. They have this number in mind they want to get. They want to feel successful, however they define success. They're impatient on that. You need to be patient on some of your long-term goals, but impatient on the task it takes to get them. For example, let's say you've got a goal. You want to get to $1 million a year income. All right, so what are the steps that you need to take to get to that? Or let's say you want to get to $1 million a year income, or you want to have an organization in multiple states. You want to, you want to reach whatever you define as success and have a successful junk removal business. Let's lower the number just a bit here. Successful junk removal business. You want to get to $100,000 in income per year with your junk removal business. You're not going to do that in just a couple years. You're not going to net $100,000 in a junk removal business in just two years. You might your third year in operation. So what will happen is people will get impatient because they're not getting the level of income they want soon enough. But at the same time, they'll be patient on the tasks that are required to get to that point. So you set this goal. Let's say if you've been making $20,000 a year or $25,000 a year at some job, and you want to make $100,000, that's a pretty good goal right there. So you go out and you set this goal, but then you're not sticking with your to-do list. You're not making a to-do list. You need to know exactly the steps you need to take to reach that goal. And every day you got to be banging on all those tasks. You got to be not taking care of them. Don't get patient. Don't set a time, don't think you're going to get off right at 5:30 and just go home. If your tasks aren't done at 5:30, you need to stay however long you need to stay to get everything done. I do that with JRA all the time. Junk dollars, anything we have business related, I list everything out on my to-do list, and I leave whenever it's done. I leave when that list is completed, or I leave the office, I go home, I eat dinner, maybe spend a little time with my wife, and I stay up till 2 in the morning getting those tasks done. I finish my to-do list before I go to sleep at night. Whatever it takes, I get it done. That's what you have to do to achieve that goal of success. Now, I've got a massive target for success and income. It's way up there. It's something that could potentially be done in a year, but you know what? If I don't hit it in 1 year, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to still be patient. I'm going to be impatient on the day-to-day task in order to reach that big goal. So I'm going to be impatient on the day-to-day task, but I'm going to be patient on the long-term overall task. That's so important in business. This is not going to happen overnight. If you come to us and you want to buy a JRA business package, we're going to give you all the tools you need to build a business where you can have several $100,000 a year income without having to be on the truck and having freedom in your life where you can leave and go on vacation, go to kids' ball games, whatever you want to do. You'll have the freedom in your life. It's not going to happen overnight, though. So when we give out projections, now financial projections are best guesses. They can vary either direction. When somebody comes to us interested in a business package, depending on their market, we're going to roughly say you're going to cash flow around $20,000 your first year. We are a very ultra aggressive business model. Now, if you're going to be on the truck, if you're going to be actually on the truck, it can be closer to $40,000 cash flow. Now, your profit on your tax statement will be higher because that doesn't take into account interest or the principal pay downs on truck payments and all that sort of deal. But figure $20,000 if you're off the truck, $40,000 on. Second year, you're probably going to need to add a second truck. Your cash flow that year is going to be about 45. You're no longer going to be able to be on all the jobs at that point. We'll say 45. If you're on some of the jobs, you may be about 60, 65 is what you can expect to make in the second year. Your third year in operation, you have a reasonable shot at making anywhere between $70,000 to $100,000 a year off the truck. And then it's going to continue up from there. By your fifth year in operation, making $200,000 a year, cash flow is doable. But 5 years is a long time. I look back at all the time it seems like we spent building junk doctors, and we're in year 6, and it seems like a tremendous amount of time. And there was a lot of years. I mean, there's a lot of years we were making. I could have gone and gotten a job somewhere else and made more money. So you've got to be patient on everything you do with this stuff. If you're not patient, then you're just what you're going to do is you're going to quit too early. So you got to be patient on your long-term goals. Be impatient on your day-to-day task. Everybody, I'm going to tell you right now, it's easy when you see these guys that go out and they invent Facebook or Snapchat or Twitter or Uber, and they go out and they become billionaires and they're not even 30 years old. And it can be discouraging, but very, very few of those guys ever make it that big. Most people that become super successful, well off, rich, whatever you want to define that, live a rich life, a free life, are the guys that put 10, 20 years, into their business and more, and they keep right on going. They always grow. They stay patient on their overall target. The guys that get into trouble are the ones that go out and they take out way too much debt at first. They quit before they've even really given themselves a chance. This is a long-term deal. You are not going to quit your current job, start a junk removal business, or go in pretty much any business on your own. You're not going to quit your current job and start and make what you're making in your first year, or more than what you're making. If you're making $20,000 a year at a job, $15,000, $20,000 a year, you might make a bit more than that when you start your first year in junk removal. But if you got a big goal, big income figure you're going to hit, it's not going to happen, guys. Again, I'm going to hit it one more time, say it one more time. Be patient on your long-term goals. Be impatient on your day-to-day task. Hope that helps out everybody. Hey, we got some important announcements. One will be coming out later this evening, and hope to be hearing from everybody. Some very exciting stuff going on at JRA. And we are being impatient on those day-to-day tasks, trying to get everything out as quick as we can. We got a lot of big goals, a lot of big service offerings we want to bring out. It takes time to put together. We're going to be impatient on the current goals, but we're going to be patient on the long-term ones. Thanks, guys.